All right, guys, just to let you know, recording has started. So this session is now recorded. So guys, as per the, topic of discussion, we are supposed to discuss methodologies, which is Agile and Waterfall, even though I have given you explanation about the same, but I want to make sure that we are on the same calibrated page. And before I, get into that and give you more perspective and explanation and description in terms of Agile and Waterfall, I would really appreciate if you give me your insight. What have you understood as of now in terms of Agile and Waterfall? Yes, guys. What would be the answer to this if I ask you this question that as a business analyst, what's the main difference between Agile and Waterfall methodology and which is more preferable and what methodology you prefer or currently working? So what would be the answer to this? Yes, guys.
Rohit bhai,
Jindal.
agile, agile methodology is the methodology wherein we uh, is the methodology that we adopt while iterate, where the process is iterative. Uh, we go through the timelines and the deadlines, and they can be modified over the period of the project itself. I mean, the project is paced as per the requirements, whereas in waterfall methodology, there it comes with a fixed set of instructions and deadlines which we have to adhere to while a project management.
All right. Anyone else?
Okay, Agile and Waterfall are two ways to convert an idea into a working product or a software. So these are the two methodologies used in order to do that. Waterfall is that old method or outdated method that in which the documentation was preferred, right? I mean, like there were a lot of documentation and the changes were not possible into the waterfall method. So there was a need of new and updated method that was agile. So agile came in picture after the drawbacks of the waterfall methodologies. In agile, we have four values and 12 principles that makes it better than waterfall methodologies. And in agile, it is quick, it is latest, and it is the easier way to work and getting a idea converted into a software.
ठीक है. Absolutely. Absolutely. हाँ जी, Chandranshu, you're saying something?
Yes, Rohit bhai, so waterfall and agile. Waterfall is oldest one methodology, and if I talk about the agile is a new methodology, and according to agile, we can, for example, we can add new things in the through the agile methodology, and we can change according to the feedback. Uh, the software, if I have to make a software, so I can frequently make changes in that through the agile methodology, and through the waterfall it's like a foundation. Like we have to first decide and make the foundation, then if we need any change, so we have to start from very first. So that is the major difference following the waterfall methodology or agile. Agile is the simplest and the like easiest way to make software.
ठीक है. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody else who would like to give us their insight? हाँ
Yeah, Rohit.
जी,
Basically,
please.
waterfall is used for a fixed kind of project in which we do not entertain any kind of change. Like if the client says change in the waterfall model, that is very very difficult for us. It follows a linear approach. Like when the one step is completed, then only we move towards the another step. Without completing one step, we can't move to another one. And if there is the We do not do client interaction on in this on a 3 month or 6 month basis. We only do client interaction when the whole project is completed. But in Agile, we follow the sprint wise. We follow sprint wise basis in which we do the client interaction more frequently. We divide the whole product into small sprints, which we can deliver in 1 month, 3 months, and um, if there is any change, we can also entertain that. And from my perspective, the most important feature of between Agile and Waterfall is that in Agile, if there is any kind of any kind of wrong thing is going on, uh, we get a quick catch to that. But in Waterfall, it's very difficult to catch the any kind of we are out of the way. So that's my
Any
perspective
bug or
between
issue
Agile
or
and
escalation.
yeah. We can easily catch in Agile, but in Waterfall, it is very difficult to catch that.
Yes, that is why Agile is iterative, so that we can find a number of bugs and issues. Yes, guys, absolutely. Whatever that you have mentioned, that is what it is. Okay, just to extend the topic, yes. I mean, if I talk about a structural and workflow perspective, Waterfall follows a very fixed sequence, which is of course the software development lifecycle requirements, which is like planning, requirements, documentation, and then design, development, testing, deployment, and of course the support and maintenance. Okay, the changes after initial requirements are very difficult, and I mean in terms of budget as well, it is costly. On the contrary, Agile in terms of structure and workflow, Agile works in iterations, sprint wise, epic wise, release wise, take a periodic approach. So it's like ongoing planning, development, testing, planning, design, development, testing, and deployment, and then of course the support. Okay, wherein we as a Scrum team, we as a Agile team, we make sure that we are adapting changes, entertaining changes, encouraging changes. We can prioritize the features, we can reprioritize the features and sprints as per the requirement from the client and team, which is external and internal team. Okay, waterfall, it is very fixed. Everything is fixed in terms of requirements. Client says, this is exactly that I want, and this is exactly what I'm giving it to you so that you can do the planning, design, development, testing accordingly. However, in Agile, we entertain changes. We can, adapt changes. We can compensate. We can accommodate changes as and when required. ठीक है waterfall में a lot of documentation it it's more or less like extensive documentation in every phases like in planning design development testing deployment but in terms of agile it is very minimal requirement user stories use cases to ensure that we are doing unit basis feature to sub feature to sub to sub feature to sub to sub to sub features we create the documents from that unit level okay in terms of I would say testing is very in a waterfall it happens wherein once the design and development is 100% complete that means once the requirement is done then we do the documentation. Once it is done 100%, then we do the design, then we do the development. And once it is 100% done, 100% means each and every feature in Waterfall with each and every requirement in Waterfall. Once it is done, then we do the manual and automation testing. Okay. In terms of Agile, we do it iterative basis, periodic basis, as and when a required basis. Not only for estimated requests, but of course for the change request, we do the design development and testing accordingly. So For testing part, occurs every, manual and automation testing, every iteration, to make sure that we keep on finding the bugs, we keep on escalating the bugs, and we keep on resolving the bugs, so that once we have the definition of done, sprint, epic, or release, then we are, you know, smooth, we are transitioned, we are bugless, we are flawless. So client would not find any bug, because that would be quite embarrassing and awkward. ठीक है. Stakeholder involvement, I would say in Waterfall, it is absolutely, when I say stakeholder, it is the client. So it is at the initial stage, which is planning and requirement gathering. Once that is done, then the involvement of client happens at the delivery part, deployment part. So in design, development, testing, there is no client involvement. However, in Agile, it is regular, it is sprint wise, epic wise, release wise, the client's involvement as well as the internal stakeholders involvement is there. Okay. And can anyone tell me in which sort of projects waterfall is suitable, and in which sort of projects agile is suitable?
For
Anji,
government
Lakshmi.
waterfall is suitable, and for other projects, the agile is suitable.
How come only for government projects, or for government projects waterfall is suitable? Why not agile?
Be-
Agile is new,
Because
agile
in
is flexible and future oriented.
Yeah, because in government projects, the target is quite decided. They have clear about their requirements, so there are less possibilities of change requests later.
So for short-term
Mm,
projects,
bit more
waterfall
about it.
methodologies. So for short-term projects, waterfall methodology is quite good.
Okay. ठीक है. Yes, I mean, in a way, what Ankita or Mamta, whoever said it, yes, waterfall is for smaller projects. I mean, smaller period of projects, and agile is for bigger period of projects. But why? How come? How come government projects, smaller projects? Anybody else who would like to give us their insight?
In government projects majorly they are following like waterfall methodology because their concept is very clear that they have to make
Mm-hmm.
and they are on the plan A, and they by the that date of time they need to reach that destination, so they are in very clear concept. So that's why they are following like waterfall methodology, because once they decided they have to do that, or otherwise they have to destroy all the planning and then restart from the very first. But in the agile they bashed in the frequent change in the requirements, so they are managing best according to the agile methodology. They can change the requirements frequently, and along with that they can add on things in the current sprints, like that methodology usually used by the startups, project sorry startups and IT products, and in the app development. So majorly in the app mobile application they are following agile methodology because of the frequent changes. Once they get the feedback of the current sprint, or the after the deployment, once they get the feedback from the customer end, so they can make changes and add on in the current software in the agile methodology, but they can't do that in the waterfall. So that's why the field of app development, startup mobile app and IT products, they are following agile methodology. And in the government projects and in the construction projects, they are following waterfall methodology because they are clear in their concept. They don't need changes frequently.
Okay. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yes, guys, whatever that you have mentioned, that is absolutely what it is. Okay. I have a lot of
Uh,
candidates who. हाँ जी तरुण भाई.
Rohit, I believe in government projects there are strict compliances that we have to follow. So
Yes.
I believe they have, initially have all the documentation, strict documentation compliances. That's why they follow waterfall.
Bilkul, bilkul. That is what I was about to say. I have a lot of candidates. They are working in government projects like Ministry of Defense, Labor, Transport, Education, compliances, take a railway. And this is what they have mentioned to me. Ki, Rohit bhai, the reason why we are fixed is because there is a compliance. There is a regulatory that we need to follow as it is. And according to those documents, according to those requirements, the development has to happen exactly like that because policy will not change, regulation will not change, stipulation will not change, compliance will not change. So they have a very fixed and stringent requirements in terms of features, in terms of development, in terms of applications. ठीक है mobile or software. That is the reason why. And of course for shorter period of time, yes, waterfall is suitable because maximum amount of time that is spent or period of time that is spent in waterfall, it is requirement gathering. So if you have a shorter period of time, then waterfall is preferable because if it is, let's say, 6 months, so 3 months, 50%, or let's say 4 months would be spent in requirement gathering. This is what I want. This is what I want. This is change. This is what I want. This is what needs to be updated. And once it is done, then design, development, testing, deployment happens very smooth because the developers, the database, front end, back end, web or mobile, they're not getting changes. They're not getting pinpointed. They're not getting any further enhancements. So it's very frequent. It happens very fast. So that is why for smaller projects, waterfall is preferable. In terms of agile, it is preferred by, some Chandranshu has mentioned startups, IT projects, wherein client is not sure about the further enhancements or further changes, or client is looking for something new, something creative, innovative, okay, and yet to be explored. So that is where agile is much more preferable because in agile, apart from periodic and iterative deliveries, we are also entertaining changes. And these changes would be proactive and reactive. Client will also give, and we will also provide to the client, and vice versa. So that once the deployment is done, then the product that will be there in the live environment, it is equivalent to the live competitors that is available in the market at that point of time. Okay, and yes, of course, it requires a larger period of time because a lot of changes, lot of constraints, lot of changes beyond control happens. Proactive and reactive enhancement happens. So that is why it takes a lot of time. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and it's an ongoing projects. ठीक है, guys. हाँ जी, लखन भाई, you're saying something? आप कुछ बोल रहे थे?
No, no, no. By mistake, I think the mic is on.
ओके ओके, नो नो भाई. मैं स्क्रीन शेयर करता हूँ. ठीक है, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So this is what I was telling you. Agile, it is an iterative and flexible approach that focuses on continuous improvement and collaboration. Okay. Incremental development software is developed small and manageable iterations, repetitive iterations, which is sprints, epics, and release. Customer collaboration, frequent feedback with from stakeholders. ये stakeholders client है as per the requirements. Ensure that alignment with the business needs. Adaptability changes can be incorporated at any stage. Incorporated means कि first it will be viewed, reviewed, documented, edited, updated, and then approved, and then it becomes incorporated that we will be doing it. ठीक है, it's a cross-functional team, developers, testers, business analysts, all the Scrum team. On the contrary, waterfall is linear and structured approach where development follows a sequential process. ठीक है, phased development, first requirement will happen. Once it is done, then design, then development, then testing, and then deployment, and then of course support and maintenance. Detailed, which is extensive documentation and planning. Predictability, timeline is clear, deliverables are 100% sure shot. ठीक है, पहले ही client inform us that this is what I need exactly. Limited flexibility, changes are difficult to implement because it's very prone to change. I'm sorry, the changes are not entertained. So that is what waterfall. Up, coming to the practical question, ki, are you involved in Agile and are you involved in waterfall? So you will say for our HRMS, e-commerce and BFSI for US and Canada base, we are using Agile methodology. And some candidates give interviews and say that for waterfall, we are doing a government project for medical and healthcare, and it is the AI-based voice bot and chat bot, which is IVR integrated. Okay, so for that we are using the waterfall, and we are in the early stages of doing the requirement gathering. And the project is for 8 months. Okay, and we have already started 1 month, and we are starting to get the requirements done. Okay, guys, as of now, any question, any doubt, any ambiguity, any issues? Anyone? Yes, no, maybe. Yes, guys, you all can hear me loud and clear, right?
No, Rohit.
Yes.
Okay. Then comes some techniques which we will be using. That is Kanban, Sprint, and Scrum. Okay, these are, some of the techniques that we would be using in order to ensure that in Agile we are following this. Okay, so before I get into that, do you have the understanding what is Kanban, what is Sprint, and what is Scrum? Anyone? Or from the, from the just viewing the answer, what is your update or insight in terms of Kanban, Sprint, and Scrum?
Okay, so Kanban is like a board in which we visualize our project, and like we consider it like a sticky notes, right? Like we can consider it in a way that there is a board in which we can mention the uh, like the task or user stories that we are working on to do and completed. So it is like a visualization of our work. And Scrum are the ceremonies, and Sprint is a 2 week or 3 week or 4 week time box or time frame in which we have to consider a particular feature or a functional of a project.
Okay, okay. Anybody else? In सबने कर लेना call. Latest HRM. हाँ, anybody else?
लाइक रोहित भाई, अजाइल जो है वो एक फ्रेमवर्क है। उसमें लाइक जैसे आपने बताया था एक बार क्लास में ही कि इसमें प्रोजेक्ट्स को छोटे-छोटे टाइम बॉक्स साइकिल में डिवाइड किया जाता है, जिसे स्प्रिंट हम लोग कहते हैं। तो
हम्म,
स्प्रिंट एक स्प्रिंट एक टाइम पीरियड होता है, एक कोई भी फीचर्स को कंप्लीट करने का, जिसके अंडर हम अपनी जो भी हमारी स्प्रिंट के अंडर जो भी हमारा फीचर हम डेवलप कर रहे होते हैं या बनाते हैं, वो एक टाइम पीरियड के अंदर हमें पूरा करना होता है। और अगर उसमें कुछ रह जाता है तो हम उसे फिर स्प्रिंट बैकलॉग में डाल देते हैं। स्क्रम एक इसका पूरा पार्ट है। स्क्रम जो कि मैंने अभी बताया था स्प्रिंट से पहले, उसमें हम एंड ऑफ दी स्प्रिंट में हम स्क्रम सेरेमनी और लाइक वी कॉल स्टैंड अप मीटिंग्स भी हम टाइम टू टाइम करते रहते हैं, जिससे उसमें हम फीडबैक के अकॉर्डिंग एड ऑन करते रहते हैं और नोन रहते हैं कि हमारा अभी प्रोजेक्ट कहाँ है, करंट स्प्रिंट के अकॉर्डिंग हम कब तक इसको कंप्लीट कर लेंगे।
ठीक है, ऑलराइट, यस यस एब्सोल्युटली, एनीबडी एल्स? ठीक है, ऑलराइट गाइस, यस, आई मीन what you have mentioned, that is exactly what it is. Okay, in the framework of Agile, we follow some techniques so that we can ensure, because Agile is very, chaos, very complex, and very cross-functional. So we use some techniques, we use some, methods via which we ensure that we are in a right track, we are adhering as per the client's requirement, we are adhering as per the estimated and change request, and we are following the project plan or sprint plan or epic plan so that we can do the delivery as per the acceptance criteria or as per the incorporation with the client. In order to do so, we follow Kanban, sprint, and Scrum technique.
Like
ठीक
Rohit,
है?
Scrum is the entire process and Sprint is a kind of child process in this.
Uh, yeah, in a way you can say that because Scrum is equivalent to Scrum ceremony. Scrum is a Scrum event. Under Scrum, we have daily sprint, we have sprint planning, we have sprint retrospective, we have sprint review, and the complete sprint is also under Scrum. So we create the Scrum, we do the Scrum activities. We do every day, start of the day and end of the day, we do daily Scrum call or daily sprint call, wherein for 5-10 minutes we discuss as a team that this is what I'm going to do, this is what I will be delivering, this was pending, this is what I'm supposed to do, this is my daily task. I'm not discussing about the sprint goal, project goal, epic goal, release goal, escalation. I'm just saying, let's say Asta is my business lead, business analyst lead, and I am her subordinate. So Asta says, okay, Rohit, the 9 hour shift, hai bhai, what are you going to do today? So I'll say I have two user stories. I have to complete that. I have to document that. I have five test cases that I have to document. I have three escalations. I have five client calls, and and I have two hours of meeting with as a internal grooming session and requirement gathering session, or let's say sprint demo with the client. So this is what I'm going to do today. So it's 8 a.m. in the morning and now 5 p.m. So it will be 4:50 or 4:45. I will do the daily Scrum end call wherein I will be saying, Ki, Asa, this is what I have done. Now, the reason why I'm not able to do one user story, I'm not able to do one test cases, I'm not able to do the escalation call. The reason why, because the client call extended. Instead of 2 hours, it extended to 4 hours. So that is the reason why. This is my justification. So this is known as daily Scrum call. Now, what is sprint planning? Sprint planning is equal to sprint is equal to sprint planning, and sprint planning is equal to before the start of the sprint. Daily Scrum we are doing every day. But before the sprint starts, let's say a sprint is equal to sprint planning. What is sprint? Sprint is a period of time, I'm sorry, a set of task or activity that we are going to do in a period of time. Okay, let's say you guys are my manager and you said, "Ki, Rohit, this is the sprint. You have 10 tickets, start the sprint. These 10 tickets are revised. We have already done the requirement gathering. and you have already done the documentation, it has been approved, and you have to do these 10 tickets, these 10 tasks for the design, development, testing, deployment in 2 weeks. Okay, so this is my sprint. Before the start of the sprint, I will ask as a business analyst or as a product owner, I will ask my developers, testers, designers, excuse me. I will ask my designers, developers, testers, database administrators, take care all the people who are involved in the project or in the sprint. And we will discuss about the sprint, that what will be the time estimation, resource allocation, task delegation, and ticket prioritization. So that I can define that these 10 tickets will go through from design. So there are people who are involved in design, PAs, designers, UI UX designers, web designers, they are involved in this. Then it will go to development. So developers are involved, web developers, web-based and mobile app developers are involved, front-end and back-end integrations are will be done. So then it will go to the tester. So manual testers and automation testers and BA team will be involved. Then it will go to the deployment, release team, BA team, okay, content writers, they're also involved in the deployment. So this is what we have to do in time estimation, resource allocation, task delegation, and ticket prioritization. Wherein before the start of the sprint, we do the sprint planning, wherein we are defining the ticket that this is the priority, one ticket, two ticket, three ticket, four ticket. This needs to go to BA, this needs to go to developer, this needs to go to designer, this needs to go to deployment team. Okay, and this is high priority. This is the time estimation that it will be done in 2 hours, it will be done in 20 hours, it will be done in 80 hours. So this is what sprint planning is all about. Then comes third scrum ceremony, which is known as sprint review. Sprint review means like you have done sprint planning, you have started the sprint, and you have ended the sprint. Definition of ready and definition of done. Now you are doing the review. Now you are doing the review wherein you are checking that whatever the requirement gathering, whatever the acceptance criteria, whatever the incorporated documentation that you have done, have you delivered? Have you, completed? Have you adhered the sprint plan accordingly? What were the miss outs? You're just reviewing that when you started as the approved requirement gathering. So now you are delivering. Are you delivering exactly what clients need? So you are reviewing everything. You are reviewing the sprint. What went good, what went bad, why it went bad. Okay. Then comes the retrospective, sprint retrospective. We used to, in a practical environment, we used to do it every three sprint or every quarter, every 3 months. So in a release, all the Scrum team, which is Scrum Master, Product Owner, Scrum team, which is business analysts, developers, testers, designers, database support team, we all sit together in an online platform, MS Teams or Google Meet, and then we all do the brainstorming session, group discussion, how we can improve, how we can do the continuous improvement. That is what retrospective is all about. Retrospective means we need more buffer time in order to handle changes, escalations, high priority and high severity tickets. We need more resources. We need to give less, leave without pay, and especially during the delivery time or especially during the UAT. So this is what a retrospective is all about. And the complete whole sprint is also a Scrum ceremony wherein we are doing the design, development, testing, deployment for each and every sprint. So this is what Scrum and sprint is all about. Okay. Any question, any doubt, any ambiguity, any issues as of now, guys, for sprint and Scrum? It is very important, guys. Okay. To ensure that as a business analyst, you are part of each and every Scrum ceremony. In fact, you will be saying in your interview that I come from a small company and we perform the Scrum Master role as well. So there is no Scrum Master. As a business analyst, I am the one who is creating the Scrum boards and who is managing the Scrum ceremonies along with my product owner. Okay, there are three kind of people who are involved in Scrum. Okay, which is product owner, Scrum Master, and business analyst. So as a product owner and business analyst, you are performing the work of Scrum Master. ठीक है अभी एक आज इंटरव्यू भी है आई हैव आस्क्ड हर टू रिकॉर्ड द इंटरव्यू फॉर स्क्रम मास्टर so if possible if she gives it to me then I will share the recording to you so that you will be able to understand it. Moreover, for Scrum Master role and Scrum, in order to understand in a deeper way, I have created a folder in Google Drive so that you can go through with Scrum Master role in more depth. Okay, guys, any question, any doubt, any ambiguity, any issues as of now? Yes, guys. Yes, no, maybe.
Hi Rohit bhai.
All good.
Hello.
Anji, Anji, Anji
Am I
bhai.
audible?
Yes, please.
Rohit bhai, as you have given the definition of sprint, basically they are set of tasks which we have to do. Can you do the same for the Scrum too, for better understanding? Just
देखो sprint एक simple understanding में it is a period of time wherein we are supposed to do a set of work. ठीक है you are my manager Rajiv. You say कि Rohit, I give you 1 week and I give you 10 tickets or 10 tasks. Now this is your responsibility to do the planning, design, development, testing, and deployment. I want to make sure that Monday I'm giving you by Friday 5 p.m. it will be in the UAT environment or client will be using it hypothetically. So now I'm supposed to do the sprint. I have to do the sprint planning. I have to do the daily scrum. I have to perform the sprint review and I will also do the retrospective. Okay. So that is what sprint is all about, wherein I ensure that all those set of tasks will be completed in that period of time. However, Scrum is all about those meetings, those ceremonies, those events that I am doing during that sprint to ensure that we are on the right track. Which means I am for the Scrum, I'm following the sprint, doing the sprint planning, doing the daily Scrum, doing the sprint review, and doing the retrospective. Okay, that is the beauty of Agile that we are discussing, unit features on daily regular versions, regular days, so that we could not miss it. Okay, during the interview, they might ask you that let's suppose कि you were supposed to do 20 tasks and you have missed out on 5 tasks. You just did not do it. So what will you say to the client? And how will you reciprocate? How will you comprehend? And how will you manage the client? And client is adamant and furious. So my answer to this question is, I just cannot miss it. I just cannot miss even a single task. And the interview would say, "Ki, why are you not human?" So I will say that I'm following Agile. And agile means कि हम डेली वो पेज, डेली वो कैनबन बोर्ड, डेली वो स्क्रम बोर्ड, डेली स्क्रम कॉल पे वी आर डिस्कसिंग। डेली स्क्रम कॉल पे हम क्या करते हैं राजीव एंड ऑल? यू गिव मी 10 टिकट्स, आई गिव यू 9 टिकट्स, तो जो 1 टिकट है दैट आई एम डिस्कसिंग डेली स्क्रम एंड कॉल। अब स्टार्ट कॉल पे तो आई डिस्कस्ड, end call पे I discussed and gave you the justification. So tomorrow morning when I'm coming, so I'm also discussing another 10 tickets plus 1 ticket extra. So 11 tickets I'm discussing. And I am also discussing it at the end call. Again, I have given you 10 tickets and there is one ticket pending. So I am again discussing the 11 tickets again. So when I am discussing it again and again on a daily basis, so of course, one day you will say, Rohit, yeah, this is the third day and every time you are lacking behind one ticket. Why there's an issue? Let me know so that I can escalate it, align it, revise it with another business analyst or developer or tester or designer. Okay. So somehow we will not miss it. Okay.
Okay.
Rajiv and all.
Understood. Understood.
Okay, so that's the sprint and scrum. Now comes Kanban. There are two kinds of boards that we create in Scrum board. I'm sorry, that we created in projects in Jira. Scrum board and Kanban board. Scrum board is for the higher level, is for the Scrum master, is for the a product owner, is for the CEO, CTO, and for the client to check out the all the projects progress, sprint progress, all the Scrum ceremonies that as a Scrum master, as a business analyst, or as a product owner we have performed. Okay, it is utilized, and audience would be the client, CEO, senior management, product owner, scrum master, and whosoever business analyst has the access to it. Wherein, as per the scrum ceremonies, as per the sprint progress, epic progress, project progress, whatever that needs to be there, it is updated in scrum boards. And the second one is Kanban board. Kanban board or scrum board. It is equal to visualization. देखो, you we are 39 people over here. Okay, we are 39 people and we are doing a project. Ajit, Akash, Akita, Asha, Rohit, Bhumika, Eric, Himanshu, Lakan, Lucky, everyone, Mamta, we all are a part of team. When we are a part of team, that means we are working for one project. That means our work, every individual's work is dependent with every other's individual work. Okay, of course, someone will do the planning, then the requirement gathering will happen. Someone will do the requirement gathering, then the documentation will happen. Someone will do the documentation, then the design will happen. Someone will do the design, then development, then testing, then deployment, and then support and maintenance. This is the sequence. That means product owner, business analyst, scrum master, they will do the planning, documentation, design, requirement gathering, and then design will happen. Take a where UI UX designers, web designers, mobile app designers, they will do the design. Then development will happen, front end development for UI UX, back end development, database development for codings. Okay, that will happen, and then integration will happen, and unit testing will happen. Then it will go to the testing. Then QA testers, manual testers, automation testers, and BAs, we all will test. And then the release team, deployment team, delivery manager, we all do the live delivery or deployment. And then, of course, support and maintenance, tech support and customer service, they will perform the support and maintenance. So everyone's work is dependent. They can rely on each other. So henceforth, we have the Kanban board. We have the visualization. That means I'm sure Akash has done the Jira session with you guys. So you must have seen Kanban boards and Scrum boards as per the projects. So you would be able to see that this is my task. Once my task is done, then I will assign it to another one, then another one, and so on and so on. And everyone who is in the project, they would be able to see that Rohit has assigned the task to Astha. Astha has completed the design and then forwarded it to Chandranshu. Chandranshu has completed the development and forwarded and assigned it to Rajiv. Rajiv has started testing with Rohit as a BA and Rajiv as a QA, and we have performed the manual testing and automation testing, and then it goes to Eric. He is in the deployment part, so he is performing the sprint demo alongside with Rohit and Rajiv as regression as a testing, and then it goes to the client for the user acceptance testing, and then it's a live delivery. And then Tarun is there for do the support and maintenance. So everyone who is the subordinate, who is the manager, who is leading it, they all are able to see each and every activity, each and every ticket updates, each and every client interaction or escalation, each and every assignment. They are able to see it in the Kanban board or Scrum board. Now the question comes, why it is needed? Why we have to show it? Because as a project team, as a business analyst, we have to make sure that we have the regular and reliable and authentic and transparent details of the project. Okay? Especially the business analyst. And trust me, guys, as a business analyst or product owner or scrum master, as a business analyst, product owner, scrum master, you have to have all the updates of the project, because anyone, whether he or she is a BA or a client or a QA or a decider, they will ask him, "Okay, Rohit, what is happening? Why a lot of bugs? Why there is a delay in every sprint? Why a lot of escalations from the client side? Why client is not able to perform the user acceptance testing as acceptance criteria or as expected?" So you will have the Scrum board and Kanban boards for each and every projects to maintain and update so that you can provide the justification as and when required. Okay, so this is what Kanban and Scrum boards are all about. And I would really appreciate for a Scrum, Kanban, and Sprint. Please make sure that previous sessions for Jira you should go through so that you would be able to understand it more thoroughly. Okay, all right, guys. Any question, any doubt, any ambiguity, any issues as of now?
Rohit, today I had the interview, and interviewer asked me one question. When like you are giving the demo of any feature or any MVP,
Mhm.
so what are the team members you include with you in that team meeting?
देखो, रियल टाइम में प्रैक्टिकल में आई एज अ बिजनेस एनालिस्ट along with my scrum master, product owner, dev lead, quality lead, we all are available alongside with clients panel. So we
Do
just
we
show it in
include
the
do we
हाँ
include
जी,
anyone from the sales team?
no, no.
Okay.
Sprint demo में by sales team तो they are only part of
Not
the
a
sales.
sprint, not a sprint. MVP. Any demo of MVP.
अच्छा अच्छा
Minimal
अच्छा
viable
अच्छा.
product.
So it would only be, product owner, senior management, yeah, if anyone. Otherwise, a sales team member who has, connected with the client at the initial stage so that they can introduce us. So it will be the product owner, if required, business analyst. Otherwise, product owner, scrum master, product owner, dev lead, solution architect, and quality lead. क्वालिटी लीड भी ऑप्शनल होता है, लेकिन टेक्निकल पर्सन, टेक्निकल और डेवलपमेंट लीड along with product owner, they are the one with senior management, CTO, or in order to close the deal. Otherwise,
Okay.
initial one में it is the product owner and dev lead, they are the one.
Okay.
ठीक है लखन भाई?
जी. All good.
ठीक है. अच्छा, guys, one more important thing. Scrum techniques और Scrum ceremonies में और agile techniques में, agile में जैसे कि Kanban है, स्क्रम है, स्प्रिंट है, देयर इज नो क्लाइंट इन्वॉल्वमेंट. क्लाइंट की इसमें कुछ भी इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं है. दिस इज फॉर आवर इंट्रा पर्पस, इंट्रा इंटरनल पर्पस, आई वुड से. So it is maximum, it is the Scrum team, which means performers, which means developers, which means business analysts, developers, quality analysts, manual testers, automation testers, designers, content writers, technical writers, and release team. We all are the one who perform and does all these techniques and activities in order to ensure that as per the project plan or a sprint plan or epic plan or release plan, we are following and adhering as per the progress and goal achievement. Okay, a lot of time it happens ki, okay, why client is not included? Client is included at the, during the UAT, sprint demo, for the delivery, for escalations. So then we connect with the client. Okay. Yes, there's one question always comes ki, okay, Rohit, excuse me, tell me how frequent or often you connect with the client and for what purpose? So my answer to this question is, and guys, this is very important. Just a moment. Okay. I was saying that on how frequent and often you connect with the client. So I say during the sprint, during the initial pre-sales, after that onboarding, once we do the requirement gathering, then I interact with the client. Once we do the sprint demo for the UAT, then I interact with the client. And when I am handling the high priority, let's say priority one or severity one ticket, then I interact with the client in order to make sure that I have understood the escalation accordingly. During the requirement gathering, I ensure that as per the decision making process and skills, I connect with the client and ask a number of questions to understand the expectations of the client. For the sprint demo, for any sort of showing it, I mean, for the sprint goal or whatever the acceptance criteria that we are delivering it to the client, I am the one who is showing the client in the showing the sprint to the client in the stage environment so that they can understand that this is what they have expected and this is what they are getting delivered. And during the escalation, I show my problem solving skills in order to ask a number of questions so that I can understand what exactly is the change, what exactly is the escalation, what exactly is the bug or issue, so that I can, you know, identify, verify, validate, escalate, and resolve it within a required period of time as per the priority and severity matrix. ठीक है. All right, guys. Any question? Any doubt, any ambiguity, any issues as of now? Yes, guys. Yes, no, maybe anyone?
No,
All
Rohit
good to
bhai,
go?
no issues.
ठीक है.
No,
I
sir.
will share some documents in terms of Agile and Waterfall, in terms of Kanban, Sprint, and Scrum. Please go through with it. We'll discuss it more on next session. And guys, there is one more thing that I wanted to make sure. I have been, posting some skills. So जो मैं post कर रहा हूँ, please make sure that you have a look on it. If you have the skills, I have good connections with the HR wherein I can make sure that your placement happens. Of course, they are quite technical one, but if you know someone, then also you can refer it to me, and I can ensure the placement. Moreover, now the market is open, and I am 100% sure that people who are giving interviews will get more opportunities just to ensure that you have to be regular and active in terms of all the HRs that I provide to them. That is HR connects that I give them in 1.0 WhatsApp group so that you can have back-to-back connects with the HR in terms of interview alignment. ठीक है. All right, guys. Any more question,
Sir,
doubts?
actually, I have
Introduction.
a thing. Sir, I want to connect to you on over a call about something over this JD because I have few skills, but I don't have everything. I don't know every skill of this opportunity that you have posted. So,
Which one?
मुझे सर ये जो आपने गुड़गांव वाला आज ये डेटा साइंटिस्ट वाला डाला ना उसका
अच्छा अच्छा. वो
तो
बहुत अच्छी अपॉर्चुनिटी बट इट्स वेरी टेक्निकल। कोई
हाँ,
बात नहीं, आप
बट
मुझे
वो
कॉल कर लेना।
काफी टेक्निकल है,
हाँ, आई नो
लाइक
उसका
एमएल
इंटरव्यू बहुत
वगैरह
स्ट्रांग
नहीं
है
है।
ऑलरेडी। 11 12 मैंने उस प्रोफाइल के लिए इंटरव्यूज करवा दी, लेकिन अभी तक एक का भी नहीं हुआ है।
वही सर, एमएल थोड़ा ज्यादा हो रहा है, वो पता नहीं,
हाँ,
उसको लेके मैं थोड़े डाउट में हूँ कि वो नहीं निकल पाएगा इस वजह से। तो सर
चलो कोई नहीं,
आपसे
आप
अगर आज
मुझे
कॉल
पिक कर
करें।
देना, कनेक्ट कर लेना।
ओके, थैंक यू सर।
रोहित, मैंने ना रोहित लास्ट वीक से वो
आस्था, आई
टेक्निकल
कैन
वाली
नॉट
जो।
हेयर यू। बहुत
हेलो।
धीरे आवाज आ रही है आपकी।
हेलो।
स्टिल आई कांट हेयर यू। आस्था,
अभी
यू आर
आ रही
सेइंग
है सही।
समथिंग। हाँ, बिट बेटर।
रोहित, मैं ये कह रही थी लाइक लास्ट वीक से मैंने वो वीकेंड वाले टेक्निकल सेशन स्टार्ट किए हैं, तो उसमें जीरा चल रहा था। तो बाकी के मतलब वो इनिशियल सेशंस है ना, ऐसा तो कुछ है नहीं ना कि कुछ मिस हुआ है या ड्राइव से
नहीं
कुछ
नहीं, वो
लेना।
आप 11 से गो थ्रू कर लो, ठीक है। 11 ऑफ अक्टूबर से, तो यू विल बी एबल टू फिल द गैप्स।
अच्छा, ठीक है, ठीक है, दैट्स ऑल।
Rohit
ठीक
bhai,
है। हाँ जी।
when are we going to start that Salesforce part?
मैंने उसी का इसी वीकेंड से वी आर गोइंग टू स्टार्ट, लखन भाई। दैट इज व्हाट माय यू नो आई हैड अ डिस्कशन विद आकाश एज वेल। सो फॉर श्योर दिस वीकेंड और मोस्ट probably नेक्स्ट वीक।
Okay, because in the over the weekend, like we are in that like on the Jira part. Jira
टेक्निकल
is
पेज,
completed
यस यस।
now. Yeah, Jira is completed now. And are we going to cover like SQL as well?
हाँ हाँ, वो सीक्वल और पावर बीआई का ही थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन चल रहा है कि पहले वो या फिर सेल्स फोर्स का, क्योंकि रिक्वायरमेंट आ रही है
Hmm.
टेक्निकल की। तो उसी में मेरा अभी कनेक्ट कॉल है, तो आई विल कनेक्ट विद आकाश एंड लेट्स सी हाउ इट गोज। बट आई एम प्लानिंग कि बाय मिड नवंबर, 15 नवंबर से पहले ये सेल्स फोर्स, सीक्वल, पावर बीआई ये सब कंप्लीट हो जाए,
So in
along with फंक्शनल
Salesforce,
मैनेजमेंट।
yeah, in Salesforce, what exactly we are going to cover?
वो मैंने करिकुलम बना रखा है, आई शेयर इट टू यू भाई, ठीक है। उसमें वो सारे पर्सपेक्टिव कवर अप करेंगे।
So these like something Service Cloud or something like that?
इतना डीप तो नहीं होगा भाई, क्योंकि अभी ये फर्स्ट बैच ही है।
Mm-hmm.
तो उस लेवल पे नहीं, लेकिन ऑफ कोर्स इंटरमीडिएट लेवल पे फ्रॉम बेसिक्स अंडरस्टैंडिंग विल कवर इट अप।
Okay. ठीक है. So means we are going to wrap up it by mid of November, right?
हाँ हाँ, दैट्स द प्लान ऑफ एक्शन।
Yeah. ठीक है.
ठीक है।
सर
ठीक है
जो
गाइस।
हम जो आपने मेल शेयर करे हैं उन पे जो रेज्यूम शेयर करना है, उसमें प्रोजेक्ट मेंशन करने हैं या नहीं करने हैं?
चलो करो, प्रोजेक्ट तो रिज्यूमे मेंशन करो।
तो उसके अकॉर्डिंग फिर मेरे को नया रेज्यूमे बनाना पड़ेगा ना।
विदाउट प्रोजेक्ट कहाँ कॉल आ रहे हैं आज के टाइम में? कोई कॉल नहीं करता है.
नहीं नहीं, ममता प्लीज मेक श्योर कि आप प्रोजेक्ट मेंशन करो उसमें।
ओके सर।
मैं और भी नंबर्स देता हूँ आपको सबको, so that you can connect with them directly. ठीक है। All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll upload this recording and share it in the Google Drive so that you can go through with it. ठीक है, guys. Thank you so much. Stay safe and be safe. Have a great day. Thank you so much for your time, guys. Okay.
Thanks, Rohit.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys. Thank you so much. Welcome, guys.